gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the LSU Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline where she is keeping a close eye on some injury news that's unfolding.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. They have a lot of confidence in their backup this week. He was able to come in for their injured starter last week and have a very productive game. They like how he read the defense, how he got guys in and out of plays, so they are expecting to be able to really count on him here today in this big game. I'll keep you posted on how comfortable he looks starting out the first quarter. Back to you.
We'll see how they react. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. He's out of bounds a little bit short of the 40-yard line. Let's mark it at the 38, and the running game doing work.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. We're at the halfway point of the season. They're sitting atop the rankings. How hard is it to maintain that focus as the season goes along?
It's really tough, and that's one thing this coaching staff's really been trying to focus on is just to take one opponent at a time, regardless of where they're ranked, regardless of where you're playing. You've got everybody's attention. You're the #1 team of the country midway through the year, David, but there are tougher challenges ahead.
Well, and it's hard to get your players' attention because you start thinking you're good. We've got to get better every week, every practice, and sometimes that #1 ranking makes you not work as hard, gets you a little bit complacent. So that's the job of this coaching staff moving forward.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Throws it back. Oh, pressure's coming. Trying to get away. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you could regroup because this environment is hostile.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Looking to the big tight end. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top-5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff position.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Finds his man down the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Out wide right, it's Green. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. On third down, here's Durham. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Needs it here on 4th down. Going for 6. Touchdown, Tigers! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. They'll take the penalty and move them back. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Chunked it away just as he was hit.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Looking for a big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Turning it on! Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And that's a nice run by the running back. And I tell you what, man, these rivalry games, a lot of times they're decided by who can run the football, who can exert their will, be more physical, because there's so much emotion that goes into it. And going back to last year, like this game was so close, so tight. So what's going to be the difference? A lot of times, man, it's the physicality and the running game.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. Right side, it's Bussey. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Texas A&M going up tempo. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Still 3rd down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. He's looking downfield to throw. Still looking. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them, and they're already off to a great start.
Slips through the line. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They'll send the back in motion. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. To the air, it's Levin. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
2nd and long here. Off play action. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Gonna run it. It's Edwards. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They give it to him again, and he could not get loose on the run.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Third and 6 yards to go. Got it, looking for a first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, on a lot of third downs, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend, but especially this guy. I mean, he's got a unique skill set catching the football. He could be the primary target, not just on this offense, but on offenses all around the country as well. And on that third down, really nice route, gets the separation, able to make the catch. They pick up the first, and they keep this drive alive.
Drops back on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the deep. A full dive to haul that one in. The Aggies look to keep this drive humming. Set it down's going up top. Out wide right, it's Edwards. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Aggies with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw again. Lets it fly. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive. They're going to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Gets the back moving. To throw, it's Levitt. Finds his man. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. This time they'll throw it. Buying time to his right. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Making the adjustment. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires left. Pulls it in. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw one first. Throws to the tight end. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Motion from the wideout. Sets his feet. It's Levitt. They're all over him. Finds a tight end down the gut. They finally get him down, but the explosive play has them set up as we get set for the final 2 minutes of the half. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Fresh center downs going to the air. Left side is Green. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Had to throw it before he wanted. Incomplete into the end zone, but I think this offense is going to get nabbed for a penalty. And the quarterback was hoping he could get away with that, but the grounding call makes it 3rd and long. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Escapes the pressure to his right. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on 3rd down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for space, it's Edwards. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Rides to the back. There he goes. The 50. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Into the house. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. You want to see quick strike ability? It was epitomized there. 2 plays, 80 yards, touchdown on the board. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Sets his feet. It's Levin. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Handoff, Caden Durham. At the 35, he's loose. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. Wide receiver comes in motion. Snap on first down, wants to throw. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And you see the dagger concept so much in pro football, in college football, and they're trying to run a guy deep to take that safety with him, pull him out of the way, and then kind of throw it right underneath that vacated area where he's at. Unsuccessfully, but that's what they were trying to accomplish on that play.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Unloads it left. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Running to the left. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on third and long. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. We work our way toward halftime. Timeout on the field. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On the direct snap, it's Hester. Hauls it in. Nothing but green grass down the middle. The 20. Inside the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
What great execution by this offense. It looked like you were about to go into the half trailing. Now, with this answer, this scoring drive, you got the lead, you got the momentum, taking it into halftime. Nice job by this offense executing that last drive.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin with Georgia taking on the number 6 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. And it's the Bulldogs, setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. Two teams who were very familiar with the end zone today. And this one gets them to 5 wins on the year, which isn't cause for a campus-wide celebration, but it's proof the coaching staff is getting through to this team.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
Caught in the backfield. It's right. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Durham. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Out wide left, it's Harris. Could not make his way to the corner.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Drops back. It's Slevin. Looking for a deep man. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
Texas A&M's offense takes the field, ready to get this drive going. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here. When it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
You know, in the modern era of college football, with everybody throwing it, it becomes harder and harder for running backs to put up big-time numbers. With that last carry, though, this guy's got 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Got an alley. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Eight-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. It back. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. three. Back open in the middle. Still running at the 40. Turning on the Jets. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers.
And this can happen on those 3rd and shorts, man. A lot of times, everybody expecting run, ball out, receiver making the play. That's all you got to do, man. Break a few tackles. All of a sudden, you turn a quick throw into a big gain, and that's a big 3rd down conversion.
And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone. It's Berry. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Gonna let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the 2nd half to throw any completions.
They use the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's changing the play. Back to throw, it's Levitt. Look out! And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Wants to keep it in the air. The screen, and watch out. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun on 3rd down. Got it. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Drops back on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
Quarterback changing the play. To the air, it's Levin. Fires to the right. This time it's complete. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tiger. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I think that pass play was simply designed to get him the football in space and let him do the rest. Obviously, they're not throwing that into the end zone, but they feel like they've got guys, especially at the running back position, that if you just give them an opportunity, they can make people miss and score like he did right there.
Now they'll try the 2-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. They want to throw it. He makes the catch for the 2, and now they're down by just a field goal. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hester. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll ride him again. He stopped just short of the 25 at the 24-yard line, but it will be a 1st down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Throws to the wideout. Left side is Hester. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down. Straight ahead, it's Edwards. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Fresh setter down's going to the air. Rushes on. Being chased. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And target coaches this week, that's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
Trying to squeak through the pile. Breaks into the open. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And how about this offense running the football when you know it's going to be a run? Being the more physical squad. And this defense, man, trailing in this football game, still got those 3 timeouts, but they've got to get a stop. They've got to make a stand and start burning those timeouts.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Maybe a crease. Touchdown, Aggie. And they take it in for 6 more points.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense. Not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage.
Time to take a shot. And he's got it inside the 20. Big, big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
They're trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter. Their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
They'll throw it from the red zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Wants to go up top on second down. Heaves it on the run. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. Moves to his right. Fires to the wideout. Right side, it's Hester. It's a running room. The tag. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He wants to go deep. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Catches it at the 30. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Shoots it to the left. It's caught. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Lost the throw on first. Quickly to the tight end.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And it comes up empty there, but that's exactly what this offense needs to keep doing, man. Keep throwing the football. Like, don't quit. Don't give up. I know you're down a couple of possessions, but you want to show your team, man, that we're always going to fight no matter what the scoreboard is. That's what we are. That's who we are. We're competitive, and we're going to keep getting better, and that's the goal of this squad.
Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest the deepest, widest the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
Got to make the play on fourth. Fires to the middle. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Going long. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Aggies. He got a step and just dusted the field. The lead gets bigger here in the fourth quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach, and that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Using his legs, it's Berry. Got enough for the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Right back to the well. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. LSU right back to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Wants to throw. It's Levitt. Rolls right. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
2nd and long here. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's got the back in the middle. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Looking left. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Hester. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.